Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
What's up, everybody? I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome to a ho-ho-ho magical episode of Friendship
Supreme. That's Santa going over.
Oh, that's beautiful. The way I say friendship, it starts to remind me of Glenn from
Superstore?
Cloud9. Yeah, Superstore. Thank you.
Yeah.
When you hear his
you
normal
give off
voice,
that
it's insane. His normal voice is just super fucking not that at all. Anyways.
Did you think that was his normal voice?
No, but it could have been
Okay.
close, right? Like, closer. But it's, like, deep and very serious. Anyways, that's not what this episode's about. Today, we watched more holiday films. What did we watch today, Cleve?
Today, we watched a less stereotypical holiday Christmas movie. More of a die-hard Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's
if you
definitely
will.
Netflix's stab at being Die Hard.
Well, and you know what? I feel like Die Hard has been gone long enough to where we could do a Die
We
Hard.
could get another one in
reboot.
there. Absolutely.
And, you know, unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, Bruce Willis is no longer able to make any more. I say unfortunately it's because he got sick, but I say fortunately because he was really old and he should have stopped doing them when Justin Long got involved, I think. Was it the last one? Who knows?
Wasn't he even
Anyway.
in Red? Remember
Yeah.
the Red movies? I think he was
Yeah.
in that too.
Was Justin Long? Anyway.
Anyway, probably not. I'm probably misremembering. My bad.
No, you're fine. Maybe you're thinking of the Die Hard movie.
Yeah, probably.
We watched Carry On with Jason Bateman and the other guy.
Oh no, he was definitely in Red. Thank you. Okay, nailed it.
The other guy's name, who I always forget, but he was in Kingsman and
talking
he played
about-
Elton John.
Oh, you talking about Discount Justin Gordon-Levitt? Because in the right light, every time I saw him, I was like, "That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt."
But is he discount Justin Gordon-Levitt?
Is Timu Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Or is Joseph Gordon-Levitt the
Nah.
Timu version of this guy?
Nah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is King. Remember when they
King's
were-
strong.
remember
King's
they-
strong.
Remember when they were gonna make him a Robin and then they didn't?
Yeah. He was Batman then.
Thanks a lot.
I remember one time when he was like, I can go in Inception with you, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then one time he dated Axel Foley's daughter. Anywho,
One time he was also
from outer space.
from outer space. So yeah,
And an old man in a young man's body.
yeah.
Classic.
What a wild ride that show was.
Is that why you say he's
Was
The
that show?
king? Is because he's
He
been
was
acting
a
maybe
king.
longer?
He was a king.
Well, who's he? To this guy, maybe he could be a king. But like to
He's a-
other actors, I don't know that we're at
He's
king
a
status.
he's a beautiful angel that needs to be
What's your
protected.
go-to Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie?
Look, that angel could be in any movie he wants. Okay.
Yeah, right. No, so just name the one.
Hold on one second. Yeah. Remember that one time he was in Inception?
I do.
He was the voice of Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio?
I would say Mad About You. Or not Mad About You, 10 Things I Hate About You. That's what it was.
I don't even remember him being in Looper, but apparently he was in Looper.
He was young Bruce Willis.
Ah.
You don't love
Oh,
Justin Gordon-Levitt. You shut your mouth.
What about G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra when he was the girl's brother, the evil doctor?
Was he in that?
Yeah, he was the evil doctor that like did the chemical stuff.
Of course he was.
Cobra Commander, that's who he was. I was like, who? I think he ends up.
God, you don't
No,
love him.
hold on. He was called the Doctor in Rise of Cobra, but I think he becomes Cobra Commander after what he does to his face.
You know what? The lead actor of Premium Rush, I'm not gonna say is the king.
What about Treasure Planet? He was the voice of Jim Hawkins.
Mm.
Yeah.
Remember when he rode the bike around New York and he's like, I got to deliver packages?
Yeah, but so did fucking Queen Latifah, so I don't really talk about it a whole lot.
Is that the bar we're saying?
He's adorable, okay?
Yeah, no, he's great. I love him. But King? Anyway.
My
Is it-
eyes twitching because
is-
you're challenging him, and my
is
eye
it
can't take. He was in The Last Jedi. I didn't even remember that, but he was in it. He was a voice.
Fuck. Anyway, we watched Carry On.
What about a movie called Straight Outta Oz, which I really need to watch now?
Anyway, we watched Carry
Yeah,
On.
okay.
Yeah, that added to your Joseph Gordon-Levitt collection of. You know what? I'm gonna give you a Justin Gordon-Levitt quiz next episode.
God, that'll be so bad.
You are 0 for 20. What are we doing? This is a movie about a TSA agent who
Did we
hates his
start this
job.
episode with a 5-minute tangent about fucking
About
Joseph
Joseph
Gordon-Levitt?
Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
God, okay, good. He's not even in the movie.
Nope. He kind of hates his job, but his girlfriend's pregnant, so he kind of wants to do his job well. He finally decides to get it together, and the day he does, someone who does not consider themselves a terrorist, but is definitely
a terrorist,
decides to hijack his shift and get a bomb onto. We never said. I don't even feel like we said bomb ever.
No, because it was
maybe 'cause
technically
it's an
like
airport.
well, because it was a device that dispersed the chemical agent. It wasn't like an actual explosion.
Yeah. Onto an aircraft, and he does everything in his power to stop it. And
I was not expecting Jason Bateman.
spoiler alert, he does.
I heard his voice the whole time, and was like,
Well, then I'm glad you didn't look into it at all.
yeah.
He's definitely in the trailer for it.
Is he?
Which I feel like I told you to watch, and you must
You
have
probably
agreed
did.
to the
I
movie.
definitely agreed to the movie.
How do you buy him as the villain?
I thought it was James Spader, if I'm being honest. Listening to the voice, I was like, this is gonna be James Spader as the villain, and I kind of buy it because he played Ultron.
Mm-hmm. He does have that. He does have a very good voice. I don't know
Yeah.
how you confuse those voices, but he does have a very good voice.
It felt like his voice, but like when he does Robert California, so not necessarily his his Ultron voice, but more like anyway. But Jason Bateman, I bought it. Like he definitely sold himself as whatever the fuck he was supposed to be.
Yeah, you're used to him rambling like that, being comical, but I feel like he held this on pretty well. How do you feel about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Superior?
Dean Norris, Phil Sarkowski, he was fine. Am I supposed to feel a certain way about him?
Dean Norris was the supervisor.
Oh yeah. His superior.
We're talking about Ethan.
The guy he got.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's superior, the guy who's better than Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's the joke you're supposed to get out of that.
Oh, Taron Egerton. I see what you're saying. You're talking about you said that's how interchangeable he was to me. You said Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I just ran with it.
You just need to pay more attention to details.
No, he just looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I really wish we would have met the real Agent Alcott.
Yo, that scene. Okay, so
I guess there's a bunch of spoilers. Am I supposed to be spoiling this?
we can. It's on Netflix. You can watch it if you want to. Come back and watch it if you really care that much. That whole scene where they're fighting on the highway, I was like, this scene's fucking nuts.
It was good.
But I'm digging all of this.
Yeah.
And that actress too. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's done other things before, but she was, I felt like, pretty great. Just an early overall review. I really liked it.
I really liked this movie.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was well shot.
Yeah.
I thought everyone did their part and played well. even the guy who he worked with, who was kind of being an asshole, but actually just kind of doing his job, I didn't hate because he
Oh
was
yeah,
like, "Hey, something's fucking up, and I know it's you."
yeah. Yeah, he was like the
Um,
snitch character, but at the same time, you're like, at least you're doing your job. I appreciate you really keeping
justifiably.
out. Yeah, like I appreciate you looking out and like knowing like this guy definitely planted alcohol on this guy.
I like
You're a
that
dick.
everyone knew that he
Hmm.
clearly planted alcohol on this guy.
Except for the
No
supervisor.
one had questions. Yeah, no one had questions. They were like, "That's the designated driver, asshole. There's no way he did it." I liked his character. I thought he was very
Yeah.
charismatic, very fun. When he was doing the whole put it in the bin with the, I don't think that would go as well in real life with those people, but
I've had
that was fun.
TSA agents try to be fun like that. Never goes well.
Yeah, you got to do it at the right time, right?
Nobody's trying to get
Well,
your shit.
but also, I think I would buy it if he tried to sell it to me. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of morale he gave off.
He felt very charismatic. I really
Um,
enjoyed a random ass scene.
okay.
Samir, who we only see in like one scene, maybe two scenes. But he's like, hey, we have to stop everything, stop the whole lines. Everybody, we gotta go meet in this room. And he turns around and goes, except for you, Samir, you gotta deal with them. And he fucking just pushes them towards the people. And he's just like, hey. And they all start
Good luck
booing
with
him and
that.
shit. Yeah. I don't know.
Spoiler for anyone who likes Dean Norris. He does not make it the whole way through.
He's
And
yeah,
I feel like this guy never gets to make it through a lot of things.
fair.
He's very famous for a role that he does not make it all the way through. And he doesn't make it through this. You find out that they're using a bunch of people to get this job done with little earpieces and what have you. Um, it has there's a guy named Curtis Cook who, for the life of me, I can't think. I'm looking right now. I'm thinking what I know him. The guy who played the officer,
Mm-hmm.
which poor him. What a
Just
shit deal he got.
just trying to hunt down a lead. Caught it.
It's in Shutter Island, but I don't feel like
That's not the one you remember.
no. Anywho,
Yeah, I was trying to think like I could do a spoiler-free review, but I feel like we've already kind of gotten to the spoiler-free part. What I'm gonna say is it was a really good movie, good action, very Die Hard-esque. If you like suspense and like, oh my god, that happened, and like you like being tricked, this is definitely the movie for you. And now for the rest of this trailer or this rest of this video, I'm definitely gonna spoil the hell out of it. So like,
no, I mean I already
go.
was listing people who were dying,
That's fine.
but
Go,
yeah,
go,
I
go.
get you.
Yeah. Uh, um, I bought the entire thing. I don't know. Like there was not a moment where I didn't. There wasn't a moment where I was like, "This is dumb." I think that's not true. There was
I
one.
bought all the tension. Like
Yeah.
I feel tense watching this.
There was.
I'm nervous for him.
There was one time that I was like, I don't understand why we're not questioning this more, but I don't remember what it was now. So. Wasn't
Also,
that
plastic
important.
guns are scary.
Plastic guns, dog. And
That's
I'm surprised.
terrifying.
I'm almost surprised we didn't like pull this movie for a little bit because of social things happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
Considering
there's
a
other put
3D printed gun was used in that, so
Um, I also really liked. Okay, so there's a plastic gun, and if you shoot it, it explodes because it's plastic, and it can't take that heat. That's why guns are made
Mhm.
how they're made. And I even like when the guy was trying to kill him with it, who was also being set up to do this job. That he's like, stop shooting.
yeah, he's trying to warn him.
Yeah, if you keep shooting and then he gets punched in the face, he never gets to tell him. And I'm like, even till the end, he was still trying to like help out who he could.
Yeah,
I completely bought into the guy who just had that job, who just didn't give a shit,
yeah,
and just was, you know, I'm only working this job so that I can see my on lunch break. That's the only reason I'm fucking here. If it wasn't for that, I'd be out of here. Bateman, Bateman, I think he's just a really good actor. I can't think of anything I've seen him in where I'm like, he did not come through on that
Yeah,
one.
and he does really well at serious, and you don't feel like he should, but he does. Because Ozarks, he's serious too, and Ozarks was he was really good in.
I only watched
first season. Yeah, I watched the first season,
but I always heard good things.
Yeah, there was not a moment that I didn't really buy. Like it was very suspenseful. There was a lot of times where, and even when like it was like, oh, we've got people all over, and they had revealed like they had a person breaking into the guy's house, which you never see who that is, but you know someone broke into the house, and then you had Shades, yep, and Sons of Anarchy. He was also
he's got a real name, Theo Rossi.
Yes,
Rossi.
thank you. He did such a good job in his role too.
Yo, he was a crazy man.
He was, and
like the way he was just like smiling as he down the girl. I was like, man, you're really so crazy.
Yeah, man, he did so good at that role, and I just, that's what I was gonna say is like even knowing all that, when he was like, hey, I'm gonna need a kit, because Jason Bateman's like, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it myself. The girl that we saw in the beginning that was just a pass by, like you would have never thought twice. For people that like, I pride myself in. Well, it's a curse being able to like see what's gonna happen in a movie. Her popping up and be like, "Hey, here's his backpack," and walking away. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, there's so many more players to this than I could have ever imagined, and I just like my mind was like, "Oh fuck."
That aren't gonna pay for this crime. But that's how it is, right? There's one or two people get caught, and there's a whole organization going on. Yeah. The next guy will pop up and fill in. I don't know that I'm ever getting on a plane again.
Shit.
Fuck. Where are they going?
Washington D.C.
No. On vacation at the end. Where are they going?
Tahiti.
No, never.
Yeah, that would be tough. That's fair. The action was good. It was very suspenseful.
Oh boy, had some wheels on him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was running through the airport. He was gone.
I'll say
so did his girlfriend.
Yes.
Who is a Disney?
Oh, is she?
Girl. She's in Descendants and other shit.
Oh, nice. I enjoyed her too. I thought she did really good.
I'm like, boy, she's pregnant and she is gone. You ain't catching her.
I forgot already. God dang it, man, my brain.
That's the part where she's hiding from Shades, and I see a bottle by it, and I was like, oh, she didn't hit the bottle. I thought that she would, and then she came back around and hit it, and I was like, ah! I saw the bottle. Why didn't you see the bottle?
Oh my god. Yeah, it was good. Oh, I would say I consider this to be a Christmas movie as much as Die Hard is, and I'm usually of the belief that it's not. But we've had that argument before, and I've come to concede to the fact that if it happens on Christmas, then that's fine, and that is part of the plot, is that it's driven on Christmas Day, and that's what causes all the people to be there. And
I guess it could have easily been like Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what? I think it's more of a Christmas movie because of that cheesy part of the end where he's like, "Oh, I forgot this," and throws his little police badge. I'm like, "Oh, that was real."
That was the only cheesy thing ever. The whole movie was not cheesy at all, and then they did that. Nope. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah, you're a Christmas movie.
Yeah, you did it.
I wasn't sure as I was watching this. I was like, man, I hope I didn't pick this movie that's not like,
There was Christmas music playing throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would have, you know what? It would have been better if we could have at some point in time put on a Santa suit. I would have been more inclined to believe it. Because it wasn't even like a Christmas party, like Die Hard. It was just... I don't know.
Man, all the action scenes were good.
It
I think
was.
the sorting uh room
Yeah.
or area fight was really good. I think it's hilarious when she was trying to handcuff him and he just fucking chucks her across the, the room.
That girl had been through so much.
Yeah. But boy, I've not seen something like that highway
It was good.
scene in a long time.
Yeah.
That alone would be worth watching the movie.
I
And then the guy fucking is passed out. And he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get you."
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna get you.
passed out trying to kill each other still was solid,
And
man.
her passed out. She's like,
Yeah,
get away from me.
it really was.
Yeah.
I plan on recommending this movie to just about anybody that likes action films.
Yeah.
And for it to be a
Also-
Netflix original, even better. Like, good on them.
How did this not go to theaters? Also,
100% this should have gone to theaters. This should have made money.
Peppermint Ho-Oh sounds gross.
So bad. I don't like Hostess type cake things anyway, so I'm not a good judge of that.
It did have a bit of a slow start, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay.
The whole part in the beginning with the Russians and all that, I was like, I'm not really following what's happening in the beginning of this at all. I was like, maybe I'm too distracted, but I just know you're there and they died. I really am very confused on anything else happening in this
I think
scene.
it was so that the detective could start piecing things together, so you had to see some of the scenes, but I don't disagree with that.
But it did not affect
yeah, it didn't detract from the
my
later on.
my enjoyment of the movie whatsoever.
No,
That was
go ahead.
the trapping the guy in the fridge.
Oh yeah,
The hell of a way to go.
yep.
The way he was explaining it, what happens to you, I was like, oh God. You know how people are like, oh, I snapped my knee, and you're like, you kind of
Yep.
wince. He was doing all that, and I was like, oh God, stop telling me what happens. Just let me know that people die, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Chemical warfare, man, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I question whether we can give it a candy cane scale because I don't know that I'm having candy canes in this movie, but I out of 5, I'd say it's like a 4. I don't think it's perfect because it is what it is. It's be hard for me to be like, oh my god, this is a perfect movie, but 4, maybe 4.5, maybe.
What stops you from saying it's a perfect movie?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, wasn't it?
That's true.
What stops me from saying that's
he-
fair?
He could have been a young man who's on a bike delivering packages.
What stops me from not saying this is a 5?
In your mind, those are 3 Joseph Gordon-Levitt references.
Maybe it is a 5. I don't think it's like.
I'm not saying it's like
I don't think
It
it's
should
the
be
greatest
studied
movie
in
I've ever
school.
seen, right? And I think that's why I'm not wanting to put it at a 5 because I don't think it was the greatest film of all time. I wouldn't even say it's top 10 action movies I've watched. Maybe this year, I would say probably top 5.
top 5 action movies, top 5 movies.
Top 5 action movies I've watched this year. Would I say top 5 of movies of all? Because I don't, and to its defense, I don't normally like. Well, no, I like these kind of movies. I don't like espionage movies really
Yeah.
anymore, like James Bond style ones.
I would also say it bumps up that I didn't have to leave my house or pay to see it.
It was Netflix.
That not that changes the rating for me, but like it definitely, sometimes you buy a movie and sometimes that movie doesn't work out for you.
Yeah. I would say it's a 4, maybe 4.5, because of the movie I saw earlier this year, Gentlemanly
Santa.
Warfare.
Dear Santa?
No, Gentlemanly Warfare.
Oh.
I don't think that's what it's actually called.
Yeah, I don't know a movie with that title.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Mm.
So I saw that earlier this year, and that would be my number 1 movie, action movie for sure. It might be my number 1 movie I've seen all year. and that was an action movie. And if that's number one, this did not come near that one. So I would say, in
Oh,
perspective of other movies, I would give
with
this a
Henry
4.
Cavill, you hate him.
I usually don't care for. Well, I liked Henry Cavill in Witcher. In Witcher, he was good. Hey, you know what? I didn't hate him in. I just don't like Superman, so that's on Superman. That's not Henry Cavill. I don't hate Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's on the people who are making the Superman movies.
No, I'm telling you now. Like, I don't know, and you know this. I don't usually like gratuitously violent movies a whole
Mhm.
lot, but this was very much like Inglourious Bastards, but more enjoyable to me, and that's
Yeah.
surprising because Inglourious Bastards was very violent towards Nazis, and I'm all for Nazi violence, but this was too, actually.
Nice.
This movie I recommended to like everybody constantly. I kept trying to make people watch this movie.
I think that's funny because I never heard you mention this movie to me at all.
After I saw it, I sent you a text about it, I believe.
Oh,
But I highly recommend this movie.
yeah, no, it was a good watch.
Yeah, Carry
don't
On
thi-
was really good.
I don't think anybody would be like, "Ugh, God, wasted 2 hours."
No, it was a good pace for the most part. I agree that it probably was a little slower in the beginning. I think just to build up.
And you know what? I think it does a really good job of like the tension doesn't really die down.
No, and it felt real. Like
Yeah.
none of it was not believable. All of it
Yeah,
was very
all that
believable
could happen.
and very much like, ah, fuck, like this is like enough to where I'd be like, next time I go to the airport, I'm gonna be like, you look sus. Well, I know nobody with a red cap better be near me.
Get him, guys!
Yeah, there was lots of red herrings, lots of like, oh, like this is it, and then it was like, it's not it, got you, bitch.
Hey, I appreciate the rapper guy taking one.
And no, he was such a like kind of like a douchey character in the beginning, and he ended up being the real one, and I was like,
I
good
got
on you,
you.
man.
I got you. Oh shit!
Yep. I know he wasn't expecting getting stabbed, but
Who
he still was like, yeah, I'll take it for the team.
You know what? I think the fact that they were just doing shit out in the open was like they're really because how does no one see that? Like, you know what I mean?
That was the one question I had, but they shrugged it off with the fact that he appeared to have a heart attack. But I'm
Mhm.
telling you now, when a police officer dies in the middle of a fucking TSA checkpoint, we're not like, all right, everybody just walk over his body, keep coming. Like, we're shutting shit down until we
Yeah.
know exactly how this person died.
With a little scratch on his hand. That's ruthless.
That's wild. Jason Bateman, man, did such a good job at playing just a
Yeah.
callous.
And they put the thing in his pocket. Somebody call 911. Dirty bitch.
Dirty bitch.
And he was like, you killed him. He's like, I would argue that you killed him.
Yeah, he played such a.
And how they were like feeding him shit, like while he's talking to him in order to make it like, because he was like, I gotta stop on your girlfriend right now. And I'm like, he does it, but what do you?
How do you know?
It reminds me of I watched a show about this woman who someone called her and said, I have your child. You need to go to the bank, do this, do that, and don't get off the phone with me. If you get off the phone with me, she's dead. And like the woman's frantic, she's trying to pull money out of the ATM. And her husband is like trying to call her and she's not answering the phone. Long story short, it's obviously a lot faster than I'm telling it. I mean, a lot longer than I'm telling it. And he's like, hey, she's fine. She's home. She's safe. And it was just someone who had creeped online, saw that the girl had practice at this time of day, and knew that she got dropped off, and just preyed on the mom who knew that they were going to do whatever they had to do to save them. And I was like, fuck, man, that's real. That happens to you. And I think that's what makes the movie so realistic is like, yeah, the guy just going through his house going, hey, I don't know that I would leave a pregnancy test on the floor, but
It was
like,
wrapped in a Christmas gift.
It was unwrapped at a Christmas.
Oh, but it
special
was
before.
unwrapped. Yeah, that's fair.
Anywho, if that's the bone I have to pick with the movie, it's not a big one.
That's why it gets a 4, not a 5.
The pay stubs. Oh, this is Nora. Look it up real quick. Oh, Nora works at the. I will say the dude that plays Shades in
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else and not this. He was very magical in his ability to pull shit up.
Hollywood's
But
version
also-
of hackers is that, right?
Yeah, but also like, for all I know, maybe fuck. Like, I am definitely not the person to be like, that's not accurate.
That ain't right. At least he wasn't just slamming buttons and talking about firewalls. It wasn't Swordfish.
I'm in the mainframe.
Yeah, it wasn't Swordfish, which is nice. I don't know how to tell you
Swordfish.
how much Swordfish wasn't real, except for Halle Berry. That was real.
This is what it be.
It was really
Yeah, no, man. I think this was a great movie.
Yep.
I
Was not expecting it, and it was.
sometimes I tell people I watched a movie, and sometimes I'll tell people I saw a good movie, and I can say that I watched a great movie.
Yep, I agree.
That guy's a good actor too. I know you don't like
Yeah,
him because he's
Joseph
not just
Gordon-Levitt.
Gordon-Levitt, but he has done a lot of things, and he has been
Of
good
course he
in
has.
just about all of them,
Of course, he's done a lot of
except
things.
for that Robin Hood movie. I didn't hear good things about that. He's in Sing, and Sing 2.
Oh yeah, he's the voice of Johnny.
Sure. I believe you. I just
He
don't
is.
know.
Yeah,
who
there
that
it
is.
is. I just found it.
And he was in that Tetris movie that I talked about watching but never doing it.
He does play Elton John. Interesting.
Yeah, Rocket Man. He's the Rocket Man.
Oh, he plays.
Or is the
Robin
Rocket
in
Man
Robin Hood.
about someone else?
No, Rocket Man's about Elton John. You're correct.
No. The song Rocket Man. Is he the Rocket Man? Is Elton John the Rocket Man? Or is someone else the
I
Rocket
don't know that anybody's the Rocket Man.
Man? Someone's the Rocket Man.
Oh,
You don't
you're
write a
right.
song about somebody and it's nobody.
My bad. You're right.
That's nonsense.
Uh,
Santa Claus is coming to town. Someone's Santa.
Someone saw Santa kissing mommy under the Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's also someone. Dirty bastards.
Sons of bitches. Anyways, guys, check this movie out. It's worth it. At the end of every episode so far, we've been like, you can watch it or don't. It's up to you. This one, go watch it.
You know what? Out of 4, we say it's a good thing this one came out when it came out.
This is number 1. This is number 1 out of the 4 we've watched.
Like, it is a way to end the Christmas season.
What a wild ride. I'm going to let you know my ranking because I think I'm going to post this one last. This one, carry on. Fucking Hot Frosty. Red 1, and then Dear Santa.
I would probably switch
Red 1 and
Hot Frosty and Red 1, but that's because those are the traditional Christmas movies are just very much not my type of movie.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I don't care for
Not-
them either.
Not the
Just
Red 1 was for me.
Could not
but-
buy Red 1 at all. Hot Frosty, though, I could buy some of it.
That makes that sentence even funnier.
Hot Frosty, I bought it. Magical. I bought it just like that whole town bought it.
Magical test.
He's obviously a magical snowman. What
Yeah.
else explains it?
How else can you explain a decent male figure?
That's
Like,
basically what
lady,
they
there's
said.
men in your town.
That's basically what they said.
You're married.
Anyways, guys, check this movie out. It's been a pleasure to watch this movie for sure. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and happy holidays to all.
The end of Friendship Supreme is coming. And if you don't watch us now, you'll never get to see us again.